All right, let's talk about a money problem that pretty much everyone faces. We're going to dig into one simple mental switch that can completely change your financial life. Let's jump right in.
You know the feeling, right? You get that paycheck notification, there's that little moment of relief, and then poof, a few days later, it feels like it's all gone and you're just waiting for the next one. It's a really stressful cycle. But what if there was a simple way to get off that hamster wheel for good?
This whole thing really boils down to two totally different ways of thinking. The first, and most common, is to spend your money and then just hope you can save whatever's left over at the end of the month. The other way is a simple but powerful flip. Save first and then spend what's left. And trust me, the difference between those two is everything.
To really see how big of a deal this is, let's look at a quick story of two friends.
So meet Amal and Nimali. Now, the most important thing to know is they earned the exact same salary, but their habits couldn't be more different. Amal gets paid and immediately starts spending. Bills, going out, maybe some shopping. His plan is to save whatever is left. Nimali does the complete opposite. The day her salary hits her account, she moves a set amount of money into her savings. First thing.
Okay, so let's fast forward 6 months. What happened? Well, the results are pretty shocking. Amal, who was always planning to save, is basically nothing saved, and he's constantly stressed about money. Meanwhile, Nimali has a nice little savings account growing, she feels way less stressed, and she's even started to invest some of it. Same income, totally different outcomes.
And this is really the heart of it all. It proves that building wealth isn't always about getting a bigger paycheck. It's about what you prioritize. What you do with your money first makes all the difference.
So, this brings us to the actual principle behind Nimali's success. It's a powerful idea called paying yourself first.
So what does it actually mean to pay yourself first? Well, think of it like this. You treat your savings goal as if it's your most important bill of the month. Before the rent, before the phone bill, before anything else, you pay your future self. It becomes a non-negotiable expense that you owe to the person you want to be in the future.
Just think about that for a second. Every time you move that money into savings, you are making a direct deposit into your own future, your future security, your future peace of mind, your future dreams. It stops feeling like a chore and starts feeling like you're taking care of yourself.
Okay, so the idea sounds great, but how do you actually do it? A really simple and popular way to get started is by using something called the 50-30-20 budgeting rule.
At a glance, it's super simple. You take your income after taxes and split it into 3 buckets. 50% goes to your needs, the absolute must-haves. 30% is for your wants, the fun stuff. And that last 20%, that's the magic number. That is what you pay yourself first. That's for your savings.
Let's put some real numbers on this. Say you take home 100,000 rupees a month. Using this rule, 50,000 of that would cover your essential needs like rent and groceries. Then you've got 30,000 for your wants, things like going out to eat or hobbies. And that leaves 20,000. That's the amount you pay yourself first, putting it right into an emergency fund or savings account.
Now you might be thinking, whoa, 20% feels like a lot right now. And that is completely fine, because the most important thing here isn't the number, it's the habit. The habit of saving first is way more powerful than the amount you start with. If you can only do 10% or even just 5%, start there. Just build the muscle.
So, you ready to give this a shot? Let's turn this idea into a really simple 3-step action plan that you can start using, right now.
First up, automate. This is the secret weapon. Seriously. Set up an automatic transfer from your main account to your savings account and schedule it for the exact day you get paid. It takes willpower completely out of the picture. Second, budget. Get really clear on what's a need versus what's a want. And third, set a goal. Having something specific you're saving for, like a trip or a down payment, is way more motivating than just saving for a rainy day.
And as you get going, just keep reminding yourself of this one thing. Saving isn't about depriving yourself. It's about protecting yourself. It's a shield for your future, not a punishment for today.
And that really gets to the true reward of all of this, because it's about so much more than just having more money in the bank.
What happens is you make this fundamental mental shift. See, when you're living paycheck to paycheck, it feels like your money controls you. But when you start paying yourself first, you completely flip that script. You are in the driver's seat. You have a plan. You have a cushion. And that sense of control, it's priceless.
So in the end, it all just boils down to this simple promise. Every single rupee you save first is a gift you're sending to the person you're going to be in the future. It's a thank you in advance for the peace of mind you're building starting right now. So the only question left is, what's the first gift you're going to give your future self?